Alright guys, for this theory, we're doing Amuro Ray versus Loran Cehack. It's probably gonna be a long video, but let's just get right into it, alright? So, for this battle, we're gonna say it takes place on a space colony or a space arena, and it's gonna be a battle to the death. That's what we're gonna do here, a death battle. So, Amuro versus Loran, battle to the death on a space colony or space arena. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's head on to the character breakdown. So, for Amuro, we're going to say that he is brought into this battle somewhere within the 1 year war. So, early Amuro, well, I won't say early Amuro, but 1 year war Amuro, basically. And this will be who we fight in Loran. So, what we can see from Amuro's characteristics from the original Mobile Suit Gundam series is Amuro's mental stress and his growing new type powers. He begins to lose many people he had cherished, most importantly Lala, at the end of the series. So, this helps him, I don't want to say it helps him, but, he's struggling with this mental stress in battle. So, we're going to see that along with his new type powers. Also, another characteristic, Amuro has a certain knack for mechanics. He made Haro, so, he's very mechanical. And Amuro, he honed his skills to the point where the Gundam needed a field upgrade and tune to even be able to match his immense piloting skills. So because of how much he's grown as a pilot and his new type powers come in, they had add more tuning to the Gundam to make it fit Amuro's battle capabilities. Also, Amuro is adept at mobile suit combat in all ranges. It can handle multiple enemies at once. And with his exploits in the RX-78-2, he earned the title of White Devil, So throughout his time fighting in the 1 year war, he's fought in a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different enemies, and he's the literal devil. So yeah, White Devil. That's the name he was given with the Gundam. So yeah, Amuro is about that life. Some enemies Amuro has faced throughout the series were Char, Rambaral, Garma, the Black Tri-Stars, Lala, and Kuve. So he has a good wide range of enemies, and this really helps with his combat experience during this fight with Loran. And something to mention, Amuro was a child soldier fighting in a war, against Zeon. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind, because Zeon they aren't, your average army, so, something to keep in mind. The character breakdown for Loran, so this Loran that we fighting Amuro would be somewhere before the Turn A cocoons. So sometime before the Turn A cocoons is going to be brought into this arena to fight Amuro. Some characteristics of Loran would be he's a very loyal person, believing throughout the series that, Queen Diana would do the right thing. He always stuck by the queen, so it's kind of a suck up. But hey, he's a simp, but that's a different story. He something else to note, he's also able to adjust to most situations very easily. So he won't struggle against Amuro. So he would give a good fight basically. Another characteristic, he was called Laura throughout the series. So hey, multiple nicknames. Even on multiple occasions, he disguised himself as a female, so using the code name Laura Rolla. So that's something to note, I guess. Prior to his arrival on Earth, Loran lived on the moon and led a peaceful life working as a fisherman in one of the moon's many artificial seas. So he's more of a not that much of a fighter. I would say he was a pacifist. So. And he was just selected along with two other people, Fran and Keith, to travel to Earth. So. He's like a spy, basically, for Earth. I mean, the moon, sorry. His role was a scout for the moon race. Some enemies that he fought were, Jim Ginham, General Turn X. He fought the Turn X. He fought the Mahiro Squad, Ensign Poe, Lieutenant Harry. So he has a good little mix of enemies he fought. And lastly, Loran was a pacifist, but would resort to violence if necessary. So he was a pushover, basically. Alright, now we go to the mobile suit breakdowns. The RX-78-2 was a prototype close quarters combat mobile suit. The Gundam would turn the tide of the 1 year war in the favor of the Earth Federation. The Gundam was incredibly advanced for its time, built from lightweight Luna titanium alloy. Its frame was both lighter than that of Zeon's mass-produced mobile suits and much sturdier, able to shrug off Zaku's machine gun fire with little to no damage. Its offensive power was above and beyond that of the Zaku's. The Gundam would engage in most battles with its beam rifle, making it the first mobile suit to have the firepower equivalent to a battleship's beam cannon. In addition, it made use of two beam sabers, blades of extremely hot plasma which could cut through any metal with ease. Those beam sabers could be extended to a spear-like beam javelin, which could be used to stab into an enemy from a longer distance. In addition to this, its head was outfitted with a pair of small Vulcan cannons, Vulcan guns, as a way of attacking light armored aircraft and vehicles without wasting any ammo or energy from its more powerful armaments. It has also made use of the very unconventional close-range weapon known as the Gundam Hammer, or Hyper Hammer, a large weapon similar to a flail which could swung at enemies to deal crushing damage. The Gundam Hammer was eventually upgraded for use in space and outfitted with a number of burners of balls and renamed to the Hyper Hammer. That's the set of Hyper Hammer. And lastly, the Gundam was equipped with a shield which would offer it a defense against enemies' attacks, and not even its Luna titanium body could withstand without damage. Amuro would make use of the shield as a decoy in many battles to get advantage of its size to fool the enemy into thinking he was charging at them, then attacking the enemy through the shield. In terms of technology, the Gundam was equipped with a sophisticated learning computer which could pilot and enemy data during skirmishes and allow the Gundam to operate more effectively. In addition, it was upgraded by the Federation technique Musk-Han shortly before the Battle of Baoku to improve its reaction times. The joint of the Gundam were given a magnetic coating. The Gundam was given a support unit known as the G-Fighter also. And that was pretty much the breakdown of the RX-78-2. Now we move on to the Turn A Gundam. So the Turn A Gundam was originally created for interstellar warfare in anticipation of invasion from powers outside the solar system. The Turn A is said to be the culmination of super advanced technologies from generations past, but the exact details of the technologies are largely unknown. As opposed to other weapons which were created to meet a specific purpose, the Turn A's design was unusual and built entirely on the premise of single machine operation, with the versatility to perform all military operations on its own. Owing to the fear of extrasolar forces, the Turn A was constructed with all restrictions on the development of weapons removed, and as a result, no longer fits into the concept of a weapon. Unlike other mobile suits of its time, the Turn A is powered by a DHGCP type, discontinuous hypersolitation gauge collapsing power plant in its abdomen, which is essentially an artificial black hole, basically. This is used in conjunction with the innovative reactionless IFBD, which is the eye-filled beam drive system to move the suit's limbs and provide thrust. As a result, the unit's chest is almost entirely hollow and equipped with various weapons inside, such as missiles or beam cannons. The legs are also hollow due to use of the IFBD and contain an array of thruster vanes consisting of super miniature thrusters that are used to power the suit's jumps and flights. This leaves the back of the unit free to store more weapons and equipment if desired. The Turn A's armor is also covered with self-repairing nanomachines known as nanoskin. The nanoskin forms an incredibly strong chitinous multi-layered structure that is composed of amino sugar-like polymers, which mitigates, offsets, or disperses and absorbs external impact. In the event of damages, the nanoskin can repair and reinforce the surrounding areas immediately, thereby keeping the damage to a minimum. The Turn A's armaments consist of a beam rifle, 2 beam cannons, 2 beam sabers, and a shield. It can also mount various weapons such as missiles in the chest to complement its basic weaponry. It can also use a powerful eye field, capable of covering a large area and affecting matter. To further enhance its combat power, the Turn A has support areas called DOC bases, Device Operation Control, which hold various armaments, enabling it to adapt to the situation at hand by equipping a variety of weapons. The only weapon still usable was a Hyper Hammer at the time, and that was simple and thick enough to remain intact for a short while without maintenance. The Turn A's onboard nanomachines are capable of devastating attack known as the Moonlight Butterfly, named after the visual appearance of the attack. The Turn A's nanomachines have the ability to disintegrate all matter that includes artificial objects and well as organic materials. These nanomachines can be used offensively or defensively for all range attack and defense. Nanomachines are capable not only of destroying technology, however, but maintaining and repairing it too. This ability is not instantaneous though, and requires a considerable amount of time. The back weapon palette of the Turn A was originally planned to be equipped with weapons based on 7th generation Minovsky physical theory, a non-destructive MS incapacitating technology during the conceptual phase of the System A. However, the development of such weapons was not completed in time for the demonstration test for System A, and so beam sabers were provisionally installed for melee combat. So, throughout this battle, when the two meet, I would say that Amuro Ray wins the battle. The reason Amuro will win is because of the fighting mentality and spirit, not to mention Amuro's new type capabilities, which Loran did not have. Loran would put up a good fight, but overall, Amuro Ray would win and defeat Loran. Amuro has more experience fighting an actual war than Loran. Let's not forget, Loran was more of a peacekeeper. He didn't really fight in a war per se, as to Amuro, who was a child soldier. He fought in a war, against Zeon. So, and not to mention, Loran was a pacifist, like I said before. So, he wasn't really like Amuro. The only way Loran could defeat Amuro would be with the help of the Turn A and the Moonlight Butterfly. But if this sequence could not be activated, then Loran would not win against Amuro. At the end of the day, it's just a theory that I made for fun and love the series as a franchise. And maybe you'll disagree with me and the results, but leave all criticism in the comments. Debates are fine with me, so I appreciate it. All objections or opinions, so hey, just leave in the comments below, and I'll read it. And hey, maybe I might make another video about maybe I was wrong. I don't know. We'll see. But this is my opinion. So yeah. And with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed my theory on who will win in the fight, Amuro or Loran. And until next time, this has been Gundam Theory, and thank you for watching.